Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today with the April block of the month. Thank you so much for waiting patiently for this. We do release these on the first Monday of the month, and this month, the first Monday of the month was 7 days in. But I'm super excited to share a few things and also talk about a little bit about the setting like I promised that I would today. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here we have the April block. I love a good sawtooth start, and I actually had a lot of fun using different prints for my star points. You can use just one print. You can use 2 different prints for the star points like I did. You could use 8 different prints. You can really have fun with it. This is the orientation. So I have had a few people asking. I'm just going to show you with the pattern. We have been making the orientation on the pattern match the way that you will want to make your block so that the layout is good. And I believe I showed that whole layout on the February video. So if you want to go back and look at the February video, you can see that. I'll show you with this one for the small block. I actually just did, one fabric for the star points and then a different fabric for the star center. But these wouldn't even have to be the same color. You could do 2 different colors. You have lots of different options. I did use block lock rulers for my flying geese. So they were a little bit oversized and I trimmed them down. I really like that method. You will, if you use the block lock or the creative grids flying geese ruler, you will need to alter the measurements from the pattern. And also just something else that I also have been getting emails about, the instructions for the log cabin strips, those are all in the January block pattern. So you will need to go back and look for that there. I am still getting questions from people who are just joining late, and that's wonderful. There is plenty of time to join in. It's not ever really too late for this. But for those measurements, you will need to go back to that January pattern. Okay, a couple things I want to share today extra. So first, I think I'm just going to pull up the 4 smaller blocks. I am designing these for a table runner, and I am going to do kind of a basic 6 blocks on the top and 6 blocks on the bottom. I haven't quite decided yet if how I'm going to orient them, but you might want to think about while you're making these blocks. So I've been making sure that I have a good distribution of colors from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 5 and 6. And then when I do 7, I will want it to be a little bit different from this one. Like I said, it might be offset. I haven't finalized that idea yet, but make sure that you are not using the same colors unless you want to do your entire table runner all one color. Another thing I can do is probably at the end, I have a setting that I have shared before with 12 6-inch blocks that makes a wall hanging. So I'll probably share that too. And you would be able to move them around how you want. And also with this too, you would be able to move them. You wouldn't need to put block 1. If you've already made 3 of these and they're all the same color, when you do your setting, you could split them up. But just something to think about if you'll want to have a good mix of colors within the 12 blocks. So yeah, I'm working on that. The other thing I wanted to show you is that, as I mentioned with the orientation earlier, I also mentioned that I would show you how I'm putting these together. So here we have January, February, and March. And the sashing that I'm going to do is a strip piece sashing with 2 different prints. And you are going to be alternating them. I will give you the full layout at the end, but every time I get 3 blocks done, maybe after June, either the June video or the July video, I will have the next, probably the July video, because I'll keep the blocks separate for the June video. But in the July video, I will have these first 2 rows put together, and I'll show you what goes in here. Okay, but if you want to get started, I know some people are really, wondering. This background was included in the background yardage for the quilt. So I used the tone on tone. This, I used a low volume print, which I really like the way those sparkle as sashings, but you would not have to do this. Actually, when the pattern comes out, this is a print, a color. So you could do a color here. And just also while I'm talking about this, I just want to say thank you for watching the videos, because some of these things that I try to explain in the videos would be a little bit more difficult to explain just in a blog post, and I do want to give you some updates for those of you who are looking ahead and give you that information now. So it's just easier to explain here, but don't think that you have to do a low volume here. If you wanted to do, say, pink for all of your sashing pieces, you could easily do that. You might want to think about, though, occasionally the sashing pieces will butt up to the log cabin pieces. So you will want to make sure that there will be a contrast. If I had a red fabric here, it might get a little muddy there. So just something to think about, and it would probably be okay once or twice in the quilt, but just something to think about. I also, because sometimes I do have these low volume prints out here, I will probably make sure as I'm making my other blocks that I don't ever have a place where this will butt up right next to that. But anyway, if you want to start putting them together, it was fun to get these 3 put together, and I'm going to, like I said, I'll be giving you hints along the way for those of you who watch the videos and want to see how this all goes together. But I hope you're enjoying this. I'm super excited about the next couple of blocks. I've actually got it on my list to get those made very soon. Okay, and remember, if you need the pattern, you can find it by clicking on the link in the description below. That will take you to my website where you can download the pattern for free. On the post, there are also links to the January, February, and March blog posts where you could go to download those patterns. And also there's a link for the fabric requirements if you're just joining in, because it's really not too late to get started on this fun project. Okay, so that's it for the April block of the month. I hope you enjoy making this month's block. I do love a good sawtooth star and love them in the smaller size as well. If you enjoyed today's video, please share it with a friend, hit the like button, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for stopping by.